Hello and welcome to the Craft Bar. Tonight I'm going to feature all of the make and take projects that I did at the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo my mom and I participated in Irving, Texas. The Stamp and Scrap Expo, just a quick recap if you didn't see my earlier video. This is a traveling tour that we'd never been to before. We went for the first time and we had a great experience, so I would just share with you if you've never been and you're wondering what is this particular expo like. Here is an example in my review of the quick, easy projects that they feature there called the exhibitor make and takes. And what I found out when we went is that this is the guide when you get there of the shopping area. And you do have to pay a ticket to go into the shopping area. So it's about, I think, I don't know, $12, $15. You pay to go in, and then of course you can go just shopping. But all of the places that are colored green offer these $5 quick make and take projects. And when I say quick, they are roughly 15 to 20 minutes per project to get them done. Some were a little longer, some may have been shorter depending on your skill level. And they will explain a little bit in beginning what they are. Like here's one for using UV resin, paper cutting stamps and dies, chalk couture creations, stamping. It runs the gamut of paper crafting ideas. And there was a section sponsored by a group called Creative Creations, shout out, so nice of them, called the Creativity Center, where it was completely free. And every hour on the hour, they had projects running. And if you were one of the 12 or so seats available, just sit on down and have yourself a ball. It was really fun. I was able to get 2 of those, which was fantastic. And then I did 7 other projects. So I got 9 in total. I had a really good time. And I'm just going to show you the examples of what I was able to do. I don't know that they do the same thing at every convention. Right? This is the take list from the event that we went to. They have many cities coming, so it may be a different activity in each city. So don't judge based on this one that it's going to be what you get if you get to go to one of these, or if you're able to attend one. It may be something different. But by example, the very first thing I did happened to be one of those free events. When I walked into the showcase or to the shopping area, another woman said, "Hey, check this out. Sit on down and you'll be able to do it right when they get started for free." And so, all right, I sat down and they gave us this whole kit by Stamperia. And it was the Sleeping Beauty set. So I'm going to set these things aside because these are all the projects. This is the only project that I did not finish on time. This one ended up taking a bit longer than the 30, 40 minutes they had planned for it. And it was going to be one that we began and we can finish later. It includes, so everything came for the most part in a plastic bag. Or quite everything came in a plastic bag. And you did not need any tools. So you just need to sit down and have $5 and you can pay with a credit card or cash. Very easy. All the glue, all the scissors, tweezers, anything you needed to make the project, they provided. Liked that feature. Really nice. This is just a bonus by Stamperia. Decoupage rice paper from the fairy book. It looks just like a page out of a old children's novel or children's fairy book. So what this one was going to be was a flip book. And again, I have not had a chance to go and finish it. So cute. They gave you a 6x6 pad of paper to start. They led you through exactly what images to cut out, to fussy cut out of the pages, where to glue those onto the pages. Each page came pre-cut with a hole in it. If you can see here and there, on every page they are already pre-cut so that when you're done making the flip book, you would thread those with these 2 silver circle hoops, and then you can just keep the book going. So this is, I can think of many occasions that you would enjoy giving this away or making it. So Once Upon a Time, The Sleeping Beauty, and lots of fun. Again, we could not finish it, but they gave you, in addition to the 6x6 paper and the instructions about what to fussy cut and where to put where, they gave you the foam dots to add dimension, and for shine, oh, here's the cover. So Stamperia, Sleeping Beauty. This was the cover for the 6x6 pack. We fussy cut out many things in the 30 minutes we were there. They also gave us these plastic coated ephemera pieces, which are a bit more like Alice in Wonderland. There's a lot of chessboard pieces, and in fact it says Wonderland, but many of the basic parts work great with any fairy tale. You know how that goes. There's a happy birthday to you, frames of all types. Even a very, very large, oh, I'm going to lose the little spade. A very large, I don't know, maybe that's 4x4 plastic Queen Alice image. I mean, and this was a free project, so I may have lucked into one of the nicest ones, but it was amazing and really set the tone for how nice the expo was going to end up being. So thank you so much to Creativity Center from Creative Creations. That was a ball. So I got to do that one. All right, the next one that I did 2 projects at the same table. They were Spellbinders and Art Anthology, and they had 2 different make and takes at that booth. And so the first one I did was Spellbinders, and you were given a white basic card, and then your choice of what they called the lava paper. This paper, and I can't, it's flat and plain. We ran it through this embossing folder, but it was smooth, but this is part of the paper. They did not, unfortunately, have any to sell. They had it sold completely out in the first show they had in Orlando already and didn't have any for Irving. So I may be going online to buy some of this, or really hoping to run into it again, because look at that gloss. It has like a depth to it. And then this is just a plain flat matte pink. This was not the design they had. I decided to go creative on my own and came up with this, and I ended up not loving this one. But the getting to test out the product was the most important part. So seeing that lava paper in action is beautiful. And they had the embossing folders. So they did not let you use the machine. They had the woman, the instructor there, she would run it through the machine and did not actually, and she would give you your embossing folder, and you got to keep this. You stuck your piece of lava paper in it. And here's the rest of mine. Anywhere you got to position it, anywhere you wanted in your embossing folder, and fold it up, and then she ran it through the Sisyx machine and gave it back to you. And then you could fussy cut out any which way you liked it. So you can see the rest of my lava paper there. Look. That's one of the great parts of the make and take. You got to test out some of the materials they were selling. So you could immediately see how it worked, how it would perform in specific circumstances, and then make a determination if you wanted to go buy it or get some for yourself. That was very nice. Granted, they've given it to you, nicely, they've given it to you in a little prepackaged format, so the project isn't, you're not limited by having to sit there and cut it out and deal with it. Quick and simple. And I got to keep that. They gave you this to take with you. So, I mean, they didn't give it to you. You paid for it, right? It was $5. But that's a nice 3D embossing folder that's very large, 5.5 by 8.5. So you need a big machine to run that through. That was a Spellbinders project. You saw the embossing folder and the lava paper in work. The other Spellbinders project was a large card that you stamped. And here they were demonstrating, I think, the stamp and these Swarovski crystals. And they really do sparkle. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. This one, they began it as 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of colored paper that had all been stamped identical with this mandala shape. And then they gave you the white card, a piece of cardstock cut square that looks like the wood grain behind it here, the wood lapping, I guess shiplap, that's what I'm trying to think of. A piece of ribbon die cut that we were asked to cut in half and share one half with the person next to us. And they had little paper trimmers, perfectly 6 inches in length, that you could use to very simply cut that little lace die cut down the middle. And a whole page of like an old book that they demonstrated how to tear it into a diagonal so that you assembled the wood grain onto the white cardstock, the piece of book, the black lace die cut, and then you set that aside and you assembled the mandala. You cut out first the largest one in purple, and I believe they had 2 color choices, so you could do it like an all purple or a purple and green, and I went with the purple and green. And you cut out the biggest mandala, then you had to cut out just the like a throwing star, if you will, from the next color, then the smaller flower, and then the smallest flower. After you cut them out, they gave you a black marker to do the edges. So that was a nice kind of a technique. They walked you through it to try to get you to have the best result. And with a Sharpie, you could also, that black marker, kind of refill the edges if you cut too close with your fussy cutting. And with glossy accents and a special tool, we applied the Swarovski crystals at the end. I really loved how shiny that was. And up on the wall, they had a display of all of them, and it was gorgeous. But pricey. Someone joked that you make a lot and don't send them. That may be true, but really enjoyed it. And the little tool, the dauber tool to put down the gemstones, was really fascinating. Aspirational crafting here. This is what I'll hold that one out to be. Beautiful project, great final result. I would think about doing this as a wish list item in the future, maybe, perhaps, because beautiful. I got to do this one from Elizabeth Crafts. The project was to make the envelope. They gave you the paper and all the die cuts for the flowers and the leaves and inks with the daubers. Again, everything you needed to make this. You inked the edges, folded it up, glued it together. Then you set it aside, and then we did inking, and they had the tools to help you curl up your leaves and get a little bit of depth to it and apply those as you liked. And then after you were done, you got an ATC card striped Sweet as Honey that fits beautifully inside that. And as an extra bonus, the stamp to make that. So she just trimmed off the sides, but that is exactly the same thing. Cute. Really enjoyed that. And fun bonus, the instructor there at the booth teaching this happened to be the founder of the company, Els from Elizabeth Crafts. In fact, more than one booth had the founders there working the booth, so you got to really meet the people. This was a delightful card that I did from Brass and Bliss. Brass and Bliss. In fact, it was so cute. This was one I had to wait for. There were a lot of people out. A lot of people in line waiting around for the chairs to empty so you could sit down and do this one. And they had everything pre-cut in a bag. You sat down with tape. You could easily put it together. They had the big glue tape guns. And here's how it works. Okay, happy B-Day. Happy B-Day. Buzzing by to say hi. And an extra feature that they showed us is that when you shut the front over it, just the little eyes peek out. Look. This was a great activity. Not only was everything pre-cut, so you didn't have to worry about sizing or any of the, it's just all done. Were given good instructions about how to assemble it. Once you made the backgrounds, you got your circle sandwiches, laying it down and popping your circle in, laying it down and popping the circle in so that you perfectly got that aligned was just some nice tips to learn, extra reminders of things. Loved this card. I already know who I want to send this to. I have someone in mind. Super cute. This one right here was probably the one I most enjoyed or got the most out of. It's from a company called the Ton, and they do stamping and stencils. Stencils and inks, and then stamping to go with it. They have dies, they have it all, but this was the thing they were demonstrating was their stencil, their layer stenciling. I was blown away by how professional and beautiful this looks in the end. And it is layered stencils. They had a special system to always get the stencils in the same order. It's very similar to how a stamping mat works, or like a Misty or my Tim Holtz stamping platform. Very similar, and that you put these special guides in, and then the stencils always go in the exact same spot when you lay it down on the paper. And it turned out beautifully. When I did this, I had such a marvel in my eye. I said, I have to bring my mother back and show her. And certainly the next day I did. And when I did, they had two examples. You could do either one. So I did the pink the next day, while my mom did the purple. She had the same kind of amazed reaction at how easy and beautiful it was. So we did buy this stamp set because it was so nice, and some inks to go with it. So looking forward to making cards with that. And this was fun because you can, as postage stamps, pull it apart and then either make it a full sheet or individually. Lots of activity or possibilities there. Okay, two more because I had fun. This one is, these are from the same company, but one I sat down and paid for, and one I was able to jump in on that free opportunity again. But they are both companies called Crazy Creations, not to be confused with who sponsored it, which is Creative Creations. I don't know if they're related, but these are they are two different things, but both of these products are from the same company, Crazy Creations. And this card is a postcard front, so you can add it, or it's good to go as is, but you could also add it to a larger card, something that opens. Here, you sat down and you got the white card, all the strips of the colored, and these were actually white glitter paper, but they had alcohol markers, so you could color them or blend them as you liked. And then this is the black vinyl stickers. I did not weed these out very well, but I did here. And then I colored in my butterflies with the same alcohol markers. And you were left with enough of this sticker sheet to make another card. Maybe even perhaps two, because you got 2 springs left and a hello, but only 1 set of flowers. Fun. Again, I really enjoyed getting to practice with these materials before I purchased any. Or because I could really see, am I able to do that? That looks so fine. But yeah, actually with tweezers, getting this to lay down, it didn't fold in on itself the way some small things do. Weeding it proved to be a little bit difficult. This one was quite easy and no problem at all with the larger pieces. And as an example, this is the second one. I was able to do this one. Again, it's by the company Crazy Creations, but it was given to a free opportunity by a group called Creative Creations. And this is a chipboard birthday tag with everything, the string. These parts were pre-measured and the colored strips were just long. You had to glue them down and then fussy cut them off the sides. Loved getting to try how easy this rolls down. And again, when we were done, lots of extra materials to keep using and potentially making a second or a third project. Those were the make and takes. Each of these were either free or only $5. The most expensive thing was $5, and you still ended up with some projects left, or some product left. This being maybe the best example of that. Just how much stuff you got left over, considering it was such an elaborate project. So if you have a chance to go and try one of these Stamp and Scrapbook Expos, again, that was the name of the group, Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. You don't need to go to the Friday. This was just on the shopping floor. The make and takes. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have a chance, check it out. Like and subscribe. You can see more of this stuff, including how we bought some materials, how we end up using these, and if I finish this beautiful flip book, I will definitely showcase that in a happy hour. All right, thanks so much for watching. See you again. Bye-bye.